Alright, so I've been using this camera for about a year now, and today we're going to do a real review because, let me let you know, is the Canon PowerShot V10 worth your time in 2025, and what I really think of it. So let's get straight into it.
You gotta just post it.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Hughes, digital marketing strategist and digital creator. And this channel, what I do is I teach you guys how to go full-time online and really become a creator. And if you haven't been in here before, please consider subscribing. I've been using this camera, the PowerShot V10, over about a year now. And there's some things I love about it and some things that I just think could be a lot better. So is the Canon PowerShot V10 a viable option for you in 2025 to vlog with and also to create with on the go? The Canon PowerShot V10 is currently on the Canon website for about $399 on sale, but you should be able to get it in refurbished websites or whatnot, probably for a little bit cheaper. This one is going to give you a 1-inch CMOS sensor. It has 4K video up to 30 frames per second, which I am really happy about. And it also can do vertical mode. It has autofocus with a fixed 19mm wide angle lens. All right, so let's get into the pros of this, right? So this camera is so easy to use. You literally just open it up, open up the screen, put the stand down, and you can like get going. That's what I love. There also has its own built-in ND filter, which definitely helps when you're moving on the go. It's a sunny day, you know, it's bright out there, so definitely helps with that. Also, you can never go wrong with Canon's colors. The color profile in Canon always is amazing. I mean, I'm shooting on the camera right now. You can see, for the most part, everything looks really good, and we'll get some footage outside as well. And honestly, it has 2 speakers, so I like that because it definitely helps with the audio, and usually you can hear it pretty well. I'm actually using just straight camera audio for this video so you guys can get like a real, you know, in-depth feel of it. This is how it looks indoors, and you know, we can see kind of how it looks outdoors. And then I do like that it does have an optical zoom. It has 3x optical zoom, which, don't get me wrong, it does help, but I'm not a huge fan of it just because I kind of wish, I feel like it loses its quality a little bit, you know? And if I'm going to be on the move and I have just this camera and I need to zoom in or something and I can't get close to it, I definitely would want to have possibly something else in my camera bag that day so I can kind of go into it. But it leads me to the next one. Now let's talk about the cons, right? So one thing that I'm not a big fan about this is it doesn't have any image stabilization. It does, however, have digital stabilization, which it helps, but it's not as good in my opinion and what we kind of been going for so far. One thing I also don't really like about is I'm not a fan that the stand has to go behind the screen. It makes it very portable. It makes it really easy to go in your pocket, and that's awesome. But getting the stand off sometimes is hard to like scrape it down to get it off. And so, I don't know, maybe just some people might struggle with that. I have a couple times, but they do give you a little tab that you can kind of put in there to help bring it down. It is what it is. I think in a newer version, that'd be nicer to kind of have different, but you know, whatever. Also, another con is you can't really mess with the picture settings. So one thing about this camera is it does take decent pictures. You know, the megapixels isn't too high. I think it's a 20 megapixel camera. So, you know, you're not getting the crispy of the crispy, but you are taking nice pictures that you can take, definitely selfies, pictures that can see your full, you know, field of view around you, especially if you're someone who's like, you know, you go on hikes, you go out and you really want to, you know, see the things behind you, the atmosphere, kind of really feel the atmosphere behind you in the video. This definitely can help out with that. Thank you for watching so far into this video. If you gained any value from this, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep giving you more insights on how to grow your own channel and your personal branding online to really start making this money. With that being said, y'all, who I would recommend this camera for is beginner creatives and vloggers, people who literally you just want to set the camera down, start talking and create. You're not doing a lot of special effects, a lot of you know, crazy slow-mo B-rolls and travel, this and that, like you can with some of these other cameras, then I definitely think this is going to be a camera for you. Or if you're someone who just needs literally something you can put in your pocket, almost like your iPhone, and just shoot, and obviously take some of the storage away from your iPhone, this one's definitely going to be good for you. You know, me, I'm a filmmaker, so when I bought this camera, I just wanted something very simple, very easy that I knew I could set down and I could create, because I was really getting into more of my social media creations, right? And it served its purpose. I think it's done extremely well in what I've asked it to do, but it's come to the point where now, as I grow, I want to ask it to do more. And so I don't think that really, for someone who, I'm a photographer, videographer, someone who's out there who's really, really into, you know, filmmaking, into creating a pretty picture, this camera, you can do work with it, but there are some limitations. I would also recommend this for someone who literally just wants to go out there and vlog. All you do is you vlog, you talk, you want to set the camera down, you want to just create, and not worry about, you know, making sure this camera is on and making sure you can see yourself and you know, the lighting and your settings. You know, the auto setting on this is actually what I'm using now, and I really think it's good. It takes a while, just sometimes, to kind of focus in on your face and get the lighting right, but it definitely does a very good job. So shout out to Canon for that one. Would I recommend this camera? I would recommend this camera to someone who is really just getting started or knows exactly what they want to do, which is like vlogging or talking head style, and who is on a lower budget and who just wants to start creating. I would recommend this for you. I wouldn't recommend this for anyone who's like a photographer, videographer, filmmaker, who really cares about a pretty picture, cares about, you know, as smooth and crispy as you can get, because there is definitely going to be some limitation with this camera. Let's talk about a few other options on the market there that you can get instead of this camera or compare with it, right? So the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is hot right now. Everyone's talking about it. I actually want to grab the camera as well, because I think the gimbal on it is going to be nice for what I want to do, and it's going to help when I travel to really smooth out that footage. Sometimes with this camera, you know, it can get choppy because it's so small in your hand. You feel like you're trying to push it, especially with the zoom. It gets kind of hard. The Canon V1 is something new, right? So Canon just came out not too long ago with the Canon V1, which I think it's a RF kind of style for the new vlogging, right? I think it's going to be an upgrade from this one. You're going to have a little bit more options with it. Sony ZV-1. This thing has been a backbone when it comes to vlogging and creating over the years. I mean, I don't think there's so many creators out there that have tried this. Me personally, I haven't got to use the Sony ZV-1 just because I'm more of a Canon guy and it just haven't came in my camera bag yet. But for someone who is definitely into Sony and, you know, has been seeing a lot of these other creators move around with this camera, that's definitely another good option for you. 2025 is going to be a big year, and I do believe the Canon PowerShot V10 does have a little bit of a way to be in it, but there are definitely some other great options on the market, so definitely go check those out. Would I recommend this for 2025 and for moving forward? No. Honestly, I wouldn't, just because for someone like me, I need something that's just a little bit, got just a little bit more, right? And can do a little bit more when it comes to photos, and can also do a little bit more when it comes to the quality and the stabilization. I'm someone who likes a camera that does have image stabilization and can really try to get that smooth footage. So if you're someone like me, I would say no. Now, if you're someone who just really, really wants to do this, I just want to create, I want to set the camera down, I just want to create. You're a TikTok dancer or you're, you know, a shorts person, this may be the camera for you. So thank you for tuning into the channel. Again, my name is Jalen Hughes, digital marketer, strategist, and digital sign creator. And we'll see you in the next video.